Now is the time that the church rises up to see the end of abortion.
We've got to make some noise!
How long are we going to wait until we see this injustice taken care of?
We are here! We are here! We are here!
Do you believe we can do this?
Yes, I believe we can do this!
Come on, Mr. Nice Guy!
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Rush, Mayor of Whoville. What's going on? All hands on deck. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to go live. I know some of you guys are not seeing this until much later because it's 3 a.m. right now. This is what happens when you just try to stop by the studio and do something small. You end up staying all night. Well, today's Martin Luther King Day, and I wanted to just kind of talk about that real quick. Try to bring some truth into all the drama that's going on today with the day. Today's the day we honor Martin Luther King and all his accomplishments. And today's the day, and I just want to say, if you don't have the day off, your boss is racist and your company's racist. Okay, just let them know that. No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to, because today you're gonna hear a bunch of people talk about things about Martin Luther King and talk about justice and talk about civil rights and all of that good stuff. And as you could probably expect, that what I'm trying to say is that it's going to be hijacked. It's going to be totally hijacked by people's special agendas, and not really what is plaguing the black community. And what really, I remember one time I was at a Martin Luther King march, and the speaker, and they got up about unity. And I remember one thing that I found funny is that I guess the pastor that was supposed to talk that day was not there. So what ended up happening was, like, this Muslim guy jumped up and he got up and started doing this Muslim prayer, and I'm like, dude, and I literally was there in the crowd, and I literally screamed, no. And the reason why is because Martin Luther King was a Christian, and so if we're gonna honor him, let's have a Christian pray at his event. But everyone's gonna hijack today for their agenda. Oh, you're gonna hear, well, we've come some ways, but there's still a battle to be met. There's still injustice. There's still police brutality. There's still racial and inequality and oppression and all that good stuff. And I'm not gonna argue that stuff doesn't exist on some level, but I think we're missing a big picture. Now I want to play this video for you guys that is on one level almost depressing for me to show you, because this was 2013, so what was that, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 years ago, pretty much 4 years ago, right? And this guy right here, he's speaking the truth, and I think he could say what I think needs to be said better than I can. Let's just hear what he's got to say real quick.
People, wake up. Black community, wake up. Get out of your trance and wake up. It is time. If Martin Luther King was here today, he's up in heaven probably throwing a fit regarding of the issue of the KKK killing our babies daily. In 4 days, they killed more black people than they did their whole 100-year reign of the KKK. And this KKK I'm talking about is the Planned Parenthood. And this is not just a black issue, but this is a message for all of us who are celebrating 50 years and we're at that mall as if we don't have a tragedy going on. And the very person that we get up there and we treat as just the leader of all leaders is the very person who backs Planned Parenthood and protects them. And my question is he either uninformed of the reality? Do I know things that he doesn't know about this? Or is he a sellout? This is the most bizarre thing for people to get up.
The thing is that right now there's a 50-year anniversary. A bunch of black leaders are talking. Obama's talking, and you can tell I'm kind of stirred up.
Young folks and young people need to pick up this movement. And I'm saying this is it now. This is the movement of your generation. There is not going to be any spirit of God behind anything else that if you decide to pick up and do. And I love how he brought in the gay rights thing at Martin Luther King's 50-year anniversary thing. Like Martin Luther King wasn't a Christian who wasn't in agreement with that. This is amazing. This is the time that we cannot no longer ignore this. And black pastors, black leaders, how long are we going to ignore this? How long? How many more children must die until we before we wake up to
poor
the
young
issue?
man.
Are we
You
going to
have no
have
idea.
courage? Are we going to have zeal? Are we going to be able to go against the status quo seriously and come in loving grace and begin to speak out against this monstrous evil that's going on in our society? How long? Let me ask you, how long until you go, you know what, it is time to start talking about this. It is time to do something. It's time to begin to raise our voices up. Are you not aware that 15% of the nation, that's more than really what it is are doing 40% of abortion? Are you realize that 4,000 children period are died every day? Do you realize
sure?
that millions
Did you need
of
to
children
fact check
dying
that, young
every
man?
year? And we want God to bless this nation? We want God to bless us? Yes, let us be the generation that makes a difference. Let us be the generation. I encourage all the pro-lifers out there. If you're pro-life,
Well, let's see.
it
what
is
you
now
guys
your
say.
time. It is now our time to rise up and to give and to look at the civil rights movement, take notes, and begin to put our teeth to the grain, praying, fasting, and do whatever it takes to see this thing change. I love what President Barack Obama said. He says that.
So, I think he's preaching the truth. I mean, this is I don't know. I mean, what more can be said than that? But I think a little bit more can be said. So let's just. I think there's another video here I would just want to share real quick with you guys.
Okay, 5-minute rant, man. I'm gonna go as fast as I can, and I may have a part 2 of this. I cannot sit back and watch President Barack Obama and everyone get up the 50-year march, and we're sitting up there, and it's breaking my heart, and I feel like I've woken up in the Twilight Zone. Here we are again, and we're pretending as if we've done something or like we have accomplished much. Yes, things have changed in 50 years, granted. But the same leader that we sit up there and we applaud and we're so excited to hear about is in the very much bed with the Planned Parenthood who's totally against the black community. Let me make it clear, okay? There needs to be a new march for the ending of abortion, and there needs to be a new march for the ending of abortion, period. That if Martin Luther King was here, I guarantee you 100% that this will be a front runner issue of his heart. This will be something he will be burning on. But I'm living in the Twilight Zone as we sit up there and people are up there, and that's not brought up. Of course it's not. I didn't expect it to. But it's despicable on his name, and is dishonoring his own call. That even the leaders that walked with him in those days were against eugenics and the birth control movement and abortion, but no, we seem to think that somehow we're honoring him as we're sitting there as zombies. So I'm going to go through some of these notes I wrote down as I listened to President Barack Obama's speech, and let's really talk about if this is really happening. He talked about how Martin Luther King got up there and he believed in, that all men are created equal by, all men created equal by his creator have a right for right to life and liberty in pursuit of happiness. My question is, President Barack Obama and the rest of the black community and the rest of America who sits here and says, yeah, that was great. What about the life in pursuit of happiness for the unborn? What's about the life in pursuit of happiness for the black child? One of my black kids is going to die tomorrow in the womb. Okay. He talked about the struggle. He talked about that back in that day. And the thing about President Barack Obama is really interesting is that, you know what, he is inspiring.
He is inspiring, man. He makes you want to fight real hard. So, I wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting. For one, that all the weight I've gained since then, and I need to do something with my life. Two, this is what this is the truth of the matter, man. Here's some images to help what I'm drive the point I'm trying to say real quick. Here's the image right here saying, our lives begin to end the days we become silent about the things that matter. Today, right now, during Martin Luther King Day, you can guarantee that no one will be talking about the issue of abortion, though the black community is being totally dismantled by this evil. No one is talking about this evil. Everyone wants to talk about every other injustice. And right now, like in the video, like I talked about, 15% of the nation is doing 40% of the abortions. that like literally there. I mean, there's statistics that show that in New York and certain places there are more kids being aborted that are being born. So right now, what is the civil rights movement? What is the actual like fight for injustice? What is the actual legacy of Martin Luther King if we allow the genocide of the black race right in front of us? Like, what is it? And then the people, our lives begin to end when we become silent about the things that matter. So the reason why, I mean, we're silent about abortion. Black pastors, the black leadership are silent about this. And a lot of you, may not know that I had a dream. I used to share this dream a lot. One time, that I had a dream that President Barack Obama came in my house and we were having dinner or something. And he was sitting there, and then I was talking to him, and I looked at him, and I said, President Barack Obama, what about the issue of abortion? What about the issue of abortion? And he, and in my dream, he got really sad. He kind of like really felt like, yeah, you're right. But then all of a sudden, like this wave of like pride came over him, and he was just like, he put himself together and just walked down. I was like, no, you must do something about the end of abortion. You must, you must, you must. And he represents the black community. I mean, people know in their hearts, but they refuse to actually pick up the fight. Felt like I heard something. All right. Here's another image right here that I want to share with you guys real quick. Just for the sake of conversation. Here's Martin Luther King. In the end, we will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. And so, I'm asking for you guys, are you guys going to be vocal about this issue? A lot of you guys agree what we're saying, but, at the end, we would not be remembered by our enemies, but the silence of our friends. I think that has a lot to do with the issue of abortion as well. Here's another one right here where never forget that everything Hitler did in Germany was legal. And I think that definitely speaks to the issue of abortion. So, hey, you guys, why am I talking about this today? Why am I talking about this? I think that it's totally, Martin Luther King Day is a total day that we can really bring attention to what's really plaguing the black community. It's the issue of shedding of innocent blood. It's the issue of abortion. It's the issue of Planned Parenthood in the beginning pushing for this because it was a eugenics plan. They were trying to decrease the black population, like for real. And so let's honor Martin Luther King and do right by him by speaking up against this evil. So help share this video today. I wanted to also say that, you may hear or people may respond like Martin Luther King did get a Planned Parenthood award. And, the part of that is that I just want to tell, if you don't know that, is that, he was deceived pretty flat out. Back in his day, Planned Parenthood obviously wasn't out the closet totally as being, we have a lot of the quotes and writings and things now that she wrote and stuff that she said that came out. All that wasn't out back then. I mean, you didn't, unless you did your real research, you didn't always, you didn't find out the truth about certain people. And that whole group they were masters at using black leadership to push their agenda. And so, I think Martin Luther King might have been in a sense of family planning, as in like being organized and, planning your family, but he wasn't for actual like genocide, murdering children. So happy Martin Luther King Day. I hope you guys enjoy your day off. I hope you guys, you enjoy your day off. I hope you think about, where we've come in this nation and what Martin Luther King accomplished. But I hope that we will honor his legacy by actually fighting for what really matters, because Black lives matter, right? Or yes, all children's lives matter. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you guys later. This is Chris Rush, allhandsondeckmedia.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, all the platforms. Let's get it. Talk to you guys later.